Hey, honey roses. So I decided to do a little research because after I got that little visit on the 24th that I mentioned to you in the last video, when someone sent me some lower frequency energy trying to do a thing, whatever they was trying to do, um, I said it was a half man, half horse, but as I was thinking about what I saw, it didn't have the ass part of a horse. It just had the two front legs. Okay. But it was a mix between a half man, half goat and a half man, half bull. It was like both because it didn't have the short tail, it had a long tail. And at the end of the tail, it actually had a triangle like at the end of it, kind of like what we see in depictions of like satanic energy or the devil, whatever you want to call the depiction. So that, and it wasn't, the tail wasn't as furry, it was kind of like laid down hair. Like it wasn't furry, like, you know what I mean? Like a goat. It wasn't furry and it was a long tail, it wasn't short. A goat's tail is usually short. Okay, so it was like a mixture of a mentor and a centaur, if I'm saying it properly. But let me just look up Minotaur. I'm sorry. Minotaur. Am I spelling it right? It's Minotaur. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna look up the hold on. Let me see. They be trying to say these creatures are myths, but they're just in the unseen. That's all. So they have to say it's a myth because it just, for them, it makes sense for them to say that. Hold on. I want to look up what they represent. Okay. All right. So it says, the Minotaur, a creature with the head of a bull and the body of a man, often symbolizes repressed primal instincts. Okay. A darker aspect of human nature and the struggle with one's own inner demons. And remember, when it came to me, it asked me to instruct it. It said, instruct me. Okay. The labyrinth where the Minotaur resides represents the subconscious mind and the journey of self-discovery and confronting one's fears. It's like someone sent me their projections. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Almost like someone may have been like chanting that they want me to feel as they feel. That's the only thing that I could think of. Like almost like I don't I'm trying to find a way to explain it, but let me just keep reading. It's just a projection. Let me just leave it simple like that. Okay. Ultimately, the Minotaur's story is a metaphor for facing and overcoming internal struggles. So there's these individuals that send these psychic attacks to others. They're actually going through a spiritual warfare, basically. And instead of facing their demons within, they have a tendency to project. It's just that being that I am so sensitive in the spirit realm, I was able to actually hear and feel the energy come to me. And being that it was a masculine voice and it was a masculine creature, it could have been a masculine energy that sent me this energy. It could have been a masculine individual or just a masculine energy, like a female that's in her masculine. Okay. So it also says that the Minotaur represents repressed instincts and the shadow. The Minotaur embodies the shadow, a Jungian concept representing the dark, often rejected aspects of the personality. It symbolizes what we try to hide or deny about ourselves, the things we deem unacceptable. Okay. So these are the individuals that send this kind of energy to earth angels are the ones who haven't they're not living in alignment with their authenticity yet. So they'll send these energies to you, but as long as you know what's happening, it can't touch you. It can't affect you the way that it would affect someone who doesn't know any better. Okay. The labyrinth as the subconscious, the maze-like structure of the Minotaur's prison, is a potent symbol for the human mind, particularly the subconscious. Navigating the labyrinth, like confronting one's inner self, requires courage and the willingness to face hidden aspects of one's being. So that's just shadow work. It's like the Minotaur is a representation of one's ability to face their shadow side, and accept it for what it is instead of ignoring it, running away from it, or having ill will towards others that do the work. Okay. Confronting inner demons, which is what I said earlier. The Minotaur's defeat by Theseus can be interpreted as a symbolic representation of overcoming personal challenges and fears. It suggests that by facing our inner darkness, we can achieve personal growth and liberation. And that is shadow work. Okay. Oh, hey, I'm Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. If you would like to book a healing conversation with me or a reading, you can go to www.milkhoneyRose.org. One moment, please. And if you would like to purchase any of my books, they'll be linked to the store below this video. Okay. And so let's see, what's the next one? Okay. So it says historical and cultural context. The Minotaur myth also reflects the historical context of the Minoan. It says Minoan civilization, where bulls were revered and held cultural significance. The story can be seen as a way to explore themes of heroism, fear, and the human capacity for both good and evil. Modern interpretations. The Minotaur continues to resonate in modern contexts, often appearing in literature and psychology as a symbol of the internal struggles individuals face in their lives. It can represent the challenges of self-discovery, confronting trauma, and finding one's way through difficult times. I just had a flashback of this gold necklace I used to have when I was a teenager, and it was a bull, and a family member gave it to me, but it was just the head of a bull. And I haven't thought about that in a long time, but I used to really like that. And I'm not a tourist or anything like that. I just liked it. And I just thought about that, and I haven't thought about that in so long. I don't know why. That just randomly, it happens sometime. It is what it is. Maybe I'm meant to say that. Now, it also shows here, it says Minotaur symbolism. Painted as a terrible monster, the Minotaur is one of the most important creatures in Greek mythology with complex symbolism. A symbol of human arrogance, okay? A representation of death and the fear of death. A symbol of the base impulses of human nature. A representation of the primal fears within the labyrinth of our inner selves. And a symbol of the complexity of being human, a mix of God, human, and animal. Let me screenshot that. I think I'm gonna use that for the thumbnail just so y'all can see a thing. So y'all can see a thing. Ooh, did I use it right? Almost screenshot it incorrectly. All right. So now I want to go over the details of the half man, half goat. Wait a minute. What just happened to my things? Okay. Un momento, por favor. Save the photo, please, and thank you. Okay, now I'm going to go back to, is it called a centaur is a half man. I need a half man, half goat. Because I was thinking it was a half man, half horse at first, but it didn't have the ass part of the horse. It was just the two front legs, okay? Half man, half goat. All right. Now, this is the other aspect of the creature that came to visit me. Okay. Or whoever sent it to me, whatever. But a half man, half goat, but it was a dark energy though. It wasn't, I don't know. I have to feel it some more, but it wasn't, but it was it was submissive to me. Anyway, a half man, half goat figure, often called, I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's a satyr, satyr, or a faun, holds diverse spiritual meaning across different mythologies and belief systems. Generally, it symbolizes the duality of human nature, representing the interplay between our rational and instinctual, civilized, and primal sides. It can also embody themes of fertility, nature, and the untamed aspects of life. See, when I mix these two animals together, these two creatures together, right, with the half man, half goat, and half man, half bull, it is more on the dark side than the light side, because the half man, half bull is actually very dark. That's a very dark energy. There wasn't any lighter aspects to it that, from what I've just went over. And then this creature here is kind of like half and half, because fertility in nature, that's embodying a lighter aspect of life, but then it also has the untamed aspects of life as well. Primal, okay? So it's this one has more of an alignment between light and dark energies. Okay, so as a whole, being that it was like a hybrid, it's a darker energy. Okay, and that's what I felt before I realized what it was that was speaking to me. Okay. Duality in the human condition. The figure embodies the tension between our human intellect and our animalistic desires and instincts. It can represent the struggle to reconcile our civilized behavior with our natural urges and passions. In some interpretations, it highlights the inherent contradictions and complexities of human nature, fertility and nature. Satyrs, and fauns, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, are often associated with fertility, nature, and the wild, untamed aspects of the world. They are linked to gods like Dionysus or something like that, and Bacchus. These are Roman gods who embody wine, revelry. It's not rivalry, it's revelry, and the life force. Let me look up the word revelry. I don't use that word. Define. Lively and noisy festivities, especially when these involve drinking in large amounts of alcohol. Ding, ding, ding. It just went off. This is the energy of someone whoever sent me this energy is someone who is living a promiscuous life. And it feels like whoever this is struggling with, it feels like just life. They're struggling with life right now. It said, instruct me. There's so much more here that I need to just marinate in, because what I notice is that energy comes to me and asks for help, but it's almost like what I'm getting is someone's energy formulated a manifestation, and it came to visit me to ask me for help in the 5D. All right, let me just keep reading. Who wants my help? But they gave me their darker aspects of themselves, because that's what they're struggling with. Okay. Their presence in mythology suggests the connection between humans and the natural cycles of life, death, and rebirth. Baphomet and the occult. In some occult traditions, Baphomet, often depicted as a half man and half goat figure, represent the equilibrium of opposites, including masculine and feminine, light and darkness. It can symbolize the integration of these opposing forces within the self and the universe. Occult interpretations of Baphomet may not necessarily align the traditional religious concepts of Satan. Someone might have been manifesting me. I'm getting all types of downloads right now. Okay, let me get back to the next portion of this reading. Read. Pan and the horned god. The Greek god Pan, often depicted as half man, half goat, is a deity of the wild shepherds and rustic music. He embodies a sense of freedom, playfulness, and connection to nature. The concept of the horned god, prevalent in neo-paganism and Wicca, draws inspiration from figures like Pan and is associated with male virility, sexuality, and the cyclical nature of life. Biblical references. In the Bible, the term satyr, I think it's satyr, I don't know, or its equivalent in some translations, is spelled S-A-T-Y-R, is sometimes used to describe creatures that inhabit desolate areas, symbolizing chaos and abandonment. So this person could have struggled with chaos a lot of their life and abandonment. Okay, so being promiscuous and in the party scene often and being outside like all the time, it's a fulfillment of the void from the abandonment that they may often still think about because it needs to be healed. It's an aspect of their darkness and of their shadow that they have trouble confronting because it's painful still, even as an adult. Okay. These references may also be linked to demonic figures or the wilderness itself. And it's not going to help if this individual is around people that live that lifestyle because they'll be stuck in it. It'll be a cyclical life of chaos and of chaos. I didn't mean to say that. Of chaos, which they will still be adopting abandonment because they'll be abandoning their true desire to connect to wholeness. Okay. In summary, the half man, half goat figure is a potent symbol with varied interpretations. It can represent the duality of human nature, the power of nature, and the interplay between the sacred and the profane. Many individuals right now on earth are struggling. Okay. They're struggling with that party lifestyle. And they sacrifice themselves when they do that. It's all right to party now. I like to party too. But I don't go to those type of parties. I'll party, at a friend's house or here at my own house, or maybe, just maybe, I'll go to a lounge depending on the vibe. But the club scene, I don't care for that. I don't like that. It gotta be low and smooth with grown people activity. I can't do like that wild who just touched me stuff. I don't like that. So somebody has been living life on the edge, on the wild side for a long time, and it's just a way to drown out the voices within them that are asking them, like, please heal me. Heal me. Don't put a Band-Aid on me. Heal me. Okay? So whoever sent that energy to me, it was a projection, but then it was also like, it also feels like a cry out for help. Now I'm getting I feel like the creature manifested to send me a message from the person. But I still need to feel it because I'm feeling all types of things from this right now. So just know, the ones that send you this negative energy, many times they really crying out for help. But they don't know how to really say it because then they get all locked up into their lower vibrational energy to where they want to attack you because you look like you got everything together, which maybe you don't even have it all together. Everybody has something to work on. I feel like we all maintain our healing. I don't feel like you just heal and it's all done and over with. Because if you think about something for long enough that hurt you from your past, a tear will fall. We're not that ice cold, not unless you really allow yourself to be that cold at heart. Healing needs to be maintained. That's like what can I give? What can I give as an example? Someone building a software, right? The software needs to be maintained, because if it's not, it will become vulnerable. Then it can get a virus, and all types of things can happen, right? It could be outdated and it's not going to work properly anymore. It needs to be maintained. It needs to be updated. It needs to be groomed. We are the same way. We need to be updated. We need to be put up on a new game. We need to understand. We need to maintain. We need to make sure that we stay on top of ourselves to know the types of people that we align with and those that we don't, so that we can categorize them in order to live life without unnecessary distractions and interruptions. Like little things like that. That could turn into a whole nother other message. But I'm just saying, when people send you negative energy, as long as you know it's not yours and you understand it and you manipulate it, you mold it into what you want it to be, and you create something else. Oh, that's another thing. Was that this morning? No, I don't know. Was it this morning? Let me look at my phone. It was either this morning or last night, but some lyrics came to me and I recorded them, as I always do. It was today. And a song came to me and I mentioned how I was a bull. I mentioned that in the lyrics because those lyrics came to me. And now it just did a 360. I mentioned that I was a bull. And I said, just wave that red fabric and I'm going to tear shit up. I said that in the lyrics. I said it. And it's crazy because at that point in time, when that song came to me, I feel like I was channeling the creature. Oh, I just figured this out just now in front of you guys. Because I didn't realize that it was a bull. Because remember in the last reading or the last message, I called it a half man, half horse. But then after I did that reading earlier, the first one of today, I recognized that it didn't have the ass part. It just had the two front legs and it was standing tall. I feel like there's so much more that I need to like decode here a little bit. It's not a lot more, but there's something else here because I can feel it. And maybe if I see whatever it is that I feel is missing, I'll come back and tell you. But yeah, just control that negative energy that people send to you. You have the power to do this. You are an alchemist as well. If you believe you are, you must believe it first, because if you don't believe it, then you can't alchemize anything. But I'm just trying to be the one to remind you, you know what I mean? We have that ability. We can do the things. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm your sister. I'm trying to tell you. So we can do a thing. We can do a thing, baby. We can do a thing. Okay, anyway. That's it for this message. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next message. Bye.